Ooh. They don't know how long it's been takes waiting for love like this. Every time we say goodbye. I wish we had one more kiss. I'll wait for you. I promise you I will. Lucky I'm in love with my best friend. Lucky to have been where I have been. Lucky to be coming home again. Lucky we're in love in every way. Lucky to have stayed where we have stayed. Lucky to be coming home someday. And so I'm sailing through the sea to an island where we'll meet. You'll hear the music, feel the air. I'll put a flower in your hair. Though the breezes, the trees, move so pretty, I see as the world keeps spinning round. You hold me right here, right now. Lucky I'm in love with my best friend. Lucky to have been where I have been. Lucky to be coming home again. Lucky we're in love in every way. Lucky to have stayed when we have stayed. Lucky to be coming home again.
Yes, I don't know you. What else?
Across the water, across the deep ocean under. We're flying at 26,000 feet, getting up to 30,000 feet, and we've got clear skies all the way to Las Vegas. Right now, flight entertainment. One of our first-class passengers flight to sing a song inspired by one of our coach passengers. And since we let our first-class passengers do pretty much whatever they want, here he is. I wanna make you smile whenever you're sad. Carry you around when your arthritis is bad. All I wanna do is grow old with you. I'll get you medicine when your tummy aches. Build you a fire if the furnace breaks. Oh, it could be so nice growing old with you. I'll miss you, kiss you, give you my coat when you are cold. Need you, feed you, even let you hold the remote control. So let me do the dishes in our kitchen sink. Put you to bed when you've had too much to drink. Oh, I could be the man who grows old with you. I wanna make you smile whenever you're sad. Carry you around when your arthritis is bad. All I wanna do is grow old.
Good afternoon, family and friends. My name is Ryan, and I am fortunate enough to be the officiant for this wedding, and also a good friend of Lorelei's and Ryan's. I'm so glad that you have all joined us here today to witness the union between Lorelei Reynolds and Ryan Boxberger. I'm just going to open our ceremony up with a brief blessing, and then I'm going to invite you guys to take a seat. Father, we come to you in the name of Jesus, and we just thank you for this day. We thank you for the union between Ryan and Lorelei. Father, we thank you that your blessing rests upon them, that they may grow old together and love each other all the days of their life. We pray this all in Jesus' mighty name. Amen. I invite you guys to take a seat. Jen and Jessica are going to just share briefly a reading before we get into our sermon.
Sorry guys, I didn't get me this nervous.
You got this, girl. You got this.
A soulmate is someone who has locks that fit our keys and keys to fit our locks. When we feel safe enough to open the locks, our truest selves step out and we can be completely and honestly who we are. We can be loved for who we are and not who we're pretending to be. Each unveils the best part of the other. No matter what else goes wrong around us, with that one person, we're safe in our own paradise. Our soulmate is someone who shares our deepest longings, our sense of direction. When we're two balloons and together our direction is up, chances are we found our soulmate. Love is a temporary madness. It erupts like volcanoes and then subsides. And when it subsides, you have to make a decision. You have to work out where your roots have been so entwined together that it is inconceivable that you should ever part. Because this is what love is. Love is not breathlessness. It is not excitement. It is not the promulgation of eternal passion. That is just being in love, which any fool can do. Love itself is what is left over when being in love has burned away. And this is both an art and a fortunate accident. Those that truly love have roots that grow towards each other underground. And when all the pretty blossom have fallen off their branches, they find that they are one tree and not two.
I'm just going to open up with a scripture reading. Love is patient and kind. Love does not envy or boast. It is not arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrongdoing, but rejoices with truth. Love bears all and believes all things, hopes all things, and endures all things. In my own marriage, I have learned a great deal about love, what love is and what love isn't. And I've also grown to learn that love is among one of life's most exciting adventures, and marriage solidifies that. It all begins with a step of faith to trust one another, and then for you to step into the adventure, where if you are fortunate enough, will last a lifetime. In the case of Lorelei and Ryan, they decided to step into each other's wonderland and see just how far they are willing to go for each other. In marriage, two people come together to do an impossible thing. Against all odds, two people have found each other and have decided to enter into a union that will be impossible to break if they are truly committed to loving one another. Marriage, two people become one. This is going to require that you love your significant other as you love yourself. This means choosing to love through all the seasons of life. It means choosing to love one another in the most exciting parts of the adventure, but also to love each other through the dull points. It means loving each other when life decides to throw something impossible at you. When standing seems to be the hardest. True love holds nothing back. It chooses to carry through the hardest times and do the impossible. I believe if you choose to love each other each and every single day, You will not just do the impossible, but you will always be on one of the most wonderful adventures this life has to offer. Are you ready to step into Wonderland together? At this time, Ryan and Lorelei are going to share their vows to one another. So we will start with Ryan first.
Lorelei Mary Reynolds. There are no words to describe how grateful I am for the love and happiness that you bring to my life every single day. But here goes nothing. What started with a single kiss quickly turned into the best thing that ever happened to me. Morning meetings at the park, spontaneous adventures together, endless texting, and before I knew what was happening, you are the only thing I could think about. I fell in love with every little thing about you. Your silliness and smile light up my life and everyone else's that you come into contact with. Your positivity and love are infectious, and I am certainly not immune. You make me a better person, and without you, I don't know if I'd be where I am now. Thank you for being exactly the way you are. Adventures have become something of a trademark for us, and I promise that our adventures will never stop. Not until we're 1,037. Together, there is nothing that we cannot overcome, and I am so excited to spend the rest of my life growing with you. Growing our love, growing as a family, and eventually growing old together. I vow to always be a rock, to never stop growing as a person and a partner, to always talk with you, and to never face a problem on my own. Because with you, I don't. I love you.
Lorelei will now share her vows with Ryan.
Sure.
Everybody sniffle big. Get ready. Okay.
I'm gonna try my hair a little longer. Sorry. So, you know, and so did most of the people here, that I had our wedding date picked out like 30 minutes after you proposed. So it's no surprise that I started writing these down as soon as we got back from vacation. So, here it goes. Everything I've ever known is what I think about when I was little, and my grandma used to tell me the story of how she met my grandpa. She told me how my Aunt Catherine and Uncle Auden brought my grandpa by the house one day, and he looked like my grandma's favorite Ashley. It's a cow. The minute she laid eyes on him, she knew that he was going to be hers. She knew that at that very moment that she was going to marry him, whether he liked it or not. In my eyes, that was the most epic love story ever. And it was what I defined as true love. I spent my life thinking, man, I wonder what that feels like. How will I recognize it? I just didn't get it. But I still didn't get it. But then we kissed for the first time. And I realized at that moment what my grandma was talking about. And I instantly knew that you were stuck with me. And thankfully, you didn't resist me. Every moment I've had with you since that first kiss has been nothing short of incredible. I can't tell you enough times how happy you make me and how much I love you. We are the best thing that ever happened to each other. Yes, I can't stand when you forget things or leave your clothes everywhere, but I'd rather spend a lifetime writing you reminders and picking up your socks than spending 1 second without you. I love your humor, your passion for music, and the way your hand always finds mine. I appreciate your patience, and that you always listen to what I have to say, even if I'm rambling. You are one of the most genuine people I have ever met, and I love that you can feel myself around you. I love adventures, and I'm so stoked for the new ones that lie ahead of us. You make
everything better. I know I always talk about how I never win anything, but I'm the luckiest girl in the world that you chose me to love. You chose me to be the one to live forever and ever with until we're a million and 29. I, Lorelei, take you, Ryan, to be my husband. I promise to always be your biggest fan and your partner in crime. I promise to spend my life making you happy, to remind you every day how amazing you are. And will try my hardest not to let you crazy. I promise to admit when I'm wrong and to always tell you when I'm right. I promise to rub your back when it's sore and keep the PlayStation remote. I promise to love you with my whole heart, mind, body, and soul for eternity. I promise to be there to listen to your stories, laugh at your jokes, and always care about how your day went. I promise to create and support a family with you and a household filled with laughter, patience, understanding, and love. I vow to not just grow old together, but to grow together and to always kiss you like it was our first kiss. And I love you with all the oodles and all the bunches. And I can't.
Time for our I do's. Ryan, do you take Lorelei to be your wife? Do you promise to love, honor, and cherish and protect Lorelei, forsaking all others and holding only onto her forever and ever? Lorelei, do you take Ryan to be your husband?
I do.
Do you promise to love, honor, cherish, and protect Ryan, forsaking all others and holding only onto him forever and ever?
It's almost gone.
It's time for the exchanging of the rings. Whoever has the rings, please bring them forward. All right, Ryan, I would just like you to repeat after me. Actually, this is really easy because my name's Ryan. So. I, Ryan, take thee, Lorelei, to be my wife, to have and to hold, in sickness and in health, for richer or for poorer, in joy and sorrow, and I promise my love. And with this ring, I take you as my wife, for as long as we both shall live. Go ahead and place the ring on her finger. Lorelei, repeat after me. I, Lorelei, take thee, Ryan, to be my husband, to have and to hold, in sickness and in health, for richer or for poorer, in joy and sorrow, and I promise my love to you. And with this ring, I take you as my husband, for as long as we both shall live. Go ahead. I saw that. We are going to do an infinity knot ceremony just before we pronounce them husband and wife. each one of the knots on this cord represents their past. And separate lives before today. As the knot is intertwined, your ropes are joining the two of your lives into one. Each one represents the present, and the finished knot will represent your future and how your love and marriage will continue to be strong for all the days of your life. So in order for your relationship to remain strong and healthy, it's going to take willingness. The willingness to work, the willingness to pour love into all of it, and to never give up on each other. Stay dedicated to one another, have faith in each other, and learn to grow together. Be committed in this adventure together, and hold true to the values and pledges and vows you have made today. You are now on one of life's greatest adventures. You have wonderlands to discover in each other. By the power vested in me, I now pronounce you husband and wife. Ryan, you may now kiss the bride. I would like to introduce to you Mr. and Mrs. Boxberger.
I'll tell you what you need first thing. Next stop, we pull it all together. I'll keep you warm like a sweater. Take my hand, hold on forever. Just fall apart if you need to. I'm here and I won't leave you.
Our new bride and groom. We will calm things down just a beat or two while they hold each other so close, dancing their first dance as husband and wife.
You're my world, you're the shelter from the rain.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, please bring your hands together and welcome Ryan and Lorelei. They got married today. So at this time, if you will please find your way back to your seats. And if Lorelei will please escort her dad out to the bench.
It's fine. It's fine.
You're welcome to stay on the sidelines here so that you can see, of course. There's lots of good things going on tonight. Are we partying tonight? Absolutely. I can tell there's going to be a Lorelei with her dad. Come on. I can't hear you out here. You're part of this wedding here. Here we go. Let me hear it. Let's hear it for a lovely bride with her dad and her nice woman. Come on down there.
Not quite that much.
All right, let's get
It's
our
upbeat, my
next room to escort this mom out to the dance floor.